this is forever.
TDC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Tis the season of Christmas. We feeling festive for sure. So you get 2 free smartphones when you sign up for a family postpaid plan with Flow. Choose a family essential plan and get 30 gigabytes of data. The family plus plan and get 45 gigabytes of data. Or the family max plan and get a whopping 60 gigabytes of data. With any family plan, you get 2 Samsung smartphones free. Get it all this Christmas at Flow. Sign up in store or online today at discoverflow.co.
SL Horton and Company at the Caribou says to mark the date as Thursday, November 28th, you pay nothing at the gate when the legends Calypso 10 returns to the Melt Away in Buckley site. It was so nice, we're doing it twice. On stage, Lady Diva, Empress Lyrics, The Undertaker, The Ijo, The Invincible, Lady Correct, Westside, Lady Legacy, Lucius, Alamolu, Taz, Rico, and more. Master of Ceremonies, The Cutter, live and direct at the Meltaway. See you there.
She wake it up from the graveyard.
Okay, so I am back, and we're gonna set it off for today's edition of Voices. It's 8 minutes after 11 o'clock, and I'm sure there are lots of things on everyone's minds that they may want to discuss. So feel free to give me a call at 662-0989 and 466-0989. So first let me point out, most certainly on Friday and Saturday, we had the eliminations for the Soca Monarch, which determined who was gonna go to the finals. So on Friday I had the Power Soca. Eliminations. This all happened down at Port Zante at Champions Bar. And we had some results. I actually, good. Oh, perfect. I got the results now. Because I had asked for results before and didn't really get those. in a timely fashion. But yeah, so we have 8 groovy soca artists who will be competing in the Digicel. Let me see. Okay. I thought they were gonna have the power first. Let's do the power first because this was on Friday night. So let's do the power ones first. So we have 7 top power soca artists advancing to the finals on December 14th, and they'll be coming against the reigning king, Ras Kelly. So you have songs like Wicked by Akayu Sweet and Tubap that scored the highest points. Rick Tick with On the Block, Jazzbo, Pure Sweetness, Jervin V and 5-Star Pino with Soca Zombie, Luck Boss, Exercise, Climate and Tazzy G, Not Going Home, and Katie Dan, Kittition Style. The alternate was Brandon and Chanel from ASAP Band, Love and Light. So those are your 8. Oh, sorry, 7. Those are your 7 Power Soca finalists. And then on Saturday night, you had the Groovy Soca proceedings, the eliminations, and thanks to Digicel for coming on board to sponsor all of this. So you have Jazzbo and Tubap. Man, Tubap on top again, Bottle of Rum on top, Ras Kelly in the mass, Katie Dan, Cats and Dogs, Deli Ranks, Celebration, Luck Boss with Party, Shanna, Part of Me, and Daddy Tusek, Rhythm Section. Then you also had Mr. Hype with Boopsin Again. The alternate, Jervin V, Love the Carnival. So that's 8 Groovy Soca artists making it to the finals. So that's good to know. Okay, and it's all sponsored by Digicel. Okay, so the finals, that's going to be happening on. It's going to be happening on. Let's see. It's going to be happening on December 14th. I was just here trying to forward this to someone. Well, to some people who I think might find it interesting. So those are the finalists for the Digicel Soca Monarch. So we're back to having power and groovy. Last year we just had the Power Soca Monarch. That was Ras Kelly. And this year we're back to having both. So this is good to know. Okay, so moving right on to anything else that folks might want to discuss. Let's see. I'm trying to send these things to some other folks who I think can use it. Okay. So we had that, and we have the Legends tent. They're going to be up at Meltway again on Thursday, I think it is. That's the second time at the Meltway, so I guess we can assume the first one went well. Okay, so the phone lines are open. Anyone wants to give me a call at this time? This would be a great time to give me a call. And for the people talking about having trouble listening online, well, I think that might be sorted out now. I don't know what the problem was, but I think it might be sorted out now. So persons were trying to listen online and they were saying they were having trouble. I think it should be fine now. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We don't have any calls at the moment, so I think I'm just going to take the 11:15 break and come right back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
I want this and this. Oh, can I have Sure, we have an extra $600 from Flo. You can have everything you want.
Get it all with the gift of a free $600 MasterCard cash card. 2 free smartphones and free installation when you bundle Flow Mobile and Internet. That's the gift of free times 3. Get it all this Christmas at Flow. Bundle in store or online at discoverflow.co today.
Merry Christmas!
Christmas, yes I will. I'm gonna have a worry-free Christmas, yes I will.
What's got you so happy?
I'm heading to TDC Financial Services for their worry-free Christmas promotion. They're offering up to $100,000 secured and $85,000 unsecured. It's everything I need to tick off my holiday to-do list. Renovating the house, getting gifts for the family, travel plans, and even back to school shopping. With TDC Financial Services, I'm getting ready for a worry-free Christmas. No stress, just joy. What about you? You joining me? TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
SL Horton and Company and the Caribou says to mark the date as Thursday, November 28th, you pay nothing at the gate when the Legends Calypso Tent returns to the Meltaway in Buckley site. It was so nice, we're doing it twice. On stage, Lady Diva, Empress Lyrics, The Undertaker, The Ijo, The Invincible, Lady Correct, Westside, Lady Legacy, Lucius, Alamolu, Taz, Rico, and more. Master of Ceremonies, The Cutter, live and direct at the Meltaway. See you there.
She wake it up from the graveyard.
And we go to the phone lines straight away. Okay, folks, you should maybe you should time your calls a little better. I mean, you guys are calling during a commercial break, then I come back and you're off the phone. Makes no sense. Please call again. So we had someone calling. Here we go. Hi caller, go right ahead.
Good morning, Jamster.
Hey.
It is in Jesus' name.
Hey.
Yes. What I'm calling to say is that, you had two popular, quote-unquote, evangelists who had medical problems, T.D. Jakes and Todd Bentley. I would like to say that both of them are false teachers who are leading people to hell with their false gospels. And they are false pastors, leading people to hell with their false gospel, and leading people to hell with themselves if they do not biblically repent. Because both of them teach the prosperity gospel, which is contrary to the gospel of the Bible. And only the gospel of the Bible can save a person's soul from their sins and from hell. So, there's a lot more of them. TBN is full of them.
So wait, you said you said they're having medical problems? Like what?
Well, T.D. Jakes seemed as though he had a stroke or something like that on live TV. And Todd Bentley, it is said, is in hospital and there's a picture of him on a hospital in a hospital bed, on a hospital bed. You know, and these are people who are strongly admired, and wrongly so, very wrongly so, strongly admired by a lot of people. You know, because they are false. They're agents of Satan. So I just wanted to call in and tell people that only the blood of Jesus Christ can save you from your sins and from hell. And Jesus is the second person of the eternal, most blessed Trinity.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you about TD Jakes. I guess you've been following the Diddy stuff, right?
Yes. Well, yes.
So I mean, but I was actually saying I didn't think. So you're saying TD Jakes was involved with that as well? I mean, I know they said he used to attend the parties, but you can't assume that. You can't assume that everyone who attended the parties partook in the after party bacchanalia, right?
You have to laugh while you're saying it, eh?
Yeah, I mean, but
yeah.
So do we know for a fact that he was part of the after party stuff, craziness, the freak offs?
I think I may have heard that because Jaguar Wright said she saw him at the parties, and she said that only two things you got there for. That is for the freak off things or for money be used. So
no, but people
maybe Jakes was there for the money deal.
No, but I mean, don't people just go to parties just to, you know?
No, I think I heard he have attended. He was seen at the after party. I think I heard that, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I heard that. But that ain't the reason why I said he's false. That ain't the reason why I said he's false. Even though that would be evidence of that, if he was especially if he was at the freak off events, you know, that would be evidence of some degeneracy on his part, if that was the case. But that ain't the reason why I say he and Todd Bentley are false. You see, both of them preach a thing they call the prosperity gospel.
Yeah.
And Jesus died to make you rich and to make you healthy physically and materially.
Wow. Well, I never heard of Todd Bentley, but yeah, I know there are a lot of these prosperity gospel folks out there.
Yes.
Which
yes.
I mean,
they teach name it, claim it.
Which has nothing to do with the Bible. I don't know how people fall for this stuff, you know.
When people, you see, you got to remember, Jamsa, when people are desperate, okay? For example, yes, when people are desperate, they are very vulnerable and very easy to fool and be deceived. And when you got a lot of poor people, and when you got poor people who are desperate in their poverty, and not only that, but even people who got money, but they are desperate for more money. When they hear things as, "Hey, sow a seed into my ministry, give me money, and you're gonna get back a lot more money, or you're gonna get back more cars, houses, that sort of stuff." Desperate people do anything. So they're very easy to be fooled and to be controlled by the politicians, by the preachers, and other people. You know, desperation make a lot of people lose their good senses and just act on their desperation. And these fellows know the game and they play the game. And they make it big in the game. Sad to say. And they lead, and in the end they lead a lot of people to hell, including themselves, if they do not biblically repent. And not only that, but in the church have a kind of a celebrity culture where you cannot criticize people's favorite pastors, because if you criticize them, is lightning and thunder gonna come down on you. No matter how much their favorite pastors, celebrity pastors, no matter how wrong they are, you know, no matter how evil they are, but the truth have to be told. And when I read the Bible, I see that these fellows are preaching a gospel that is contrary to the gospel of the Bible, and the truth have to be told. Any gospel contrary to the Bible is a gospel that would damn your soul in hellfire for all eternity. It is a false gospel. Anyhow, Jamster, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Gregory. Feel free to weigh in again at some point. Okay. So yeah, I actually didn't realize that TD Jakes had a stroke on air. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, this is, I guess, this is what happens. I mean, I was one of those people who was swearing up and down. I was like, nah, he couldn't have possibly been involved in anything like that. I mean, because you have to assume, just because you go to a party, just because you go to the infamous party doesn't mean that you're part of the infamous proceedings at that party, right? I mean, Denzel Washington actually said, he went to a party and he always made sure to. I think he went to one or two, but he said I think he said he may have seen some craziness at one point, and he made sure to get out of there and never went back. So, I mean, this is. We live in a crazy world, and you have people clearly drunk on their power and their wealth, doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and you look at them and you go like, I mean, that's messed up, Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Hi, caller, go right ahead. Hello?
Yeah, Jamster?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jamster, let me correct something. I do not know if he had a stroke. It looked that way. There's a clip of it on YouTube. You just go and search YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe put in TD Jakes falling ill or something like that during life. So maybe you could put in something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so, but I'm not saying that it is so. But obviously he had a medical problem.
Mm-hmm.
He had some kind of a medical problem during his life service. What it is exactly, I do not know. But I said my guess is probably it kind of looked like maybe a stroke was coming on. It looks so, but I'm not saying that was the case.
Okay.
I don't know, but he definitely had a medical problem. Definitely for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. The clip is on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so if there's anything else you guys want to discuss, let me know. I just talked about the what you call it, the Sokomonak. And I think we have the Calypso illuminations coming up on the weekend. So Carnival is rapidly gaining momentum with things happening every weekend. Once again, we have the not Proud Sound, Legends tent coming up at the Meltaway on Thursday. Caller, go right ahead.
Hey, good morning, James. How are you doing?
Hi, what's up?
Morning, Greg. So TD Jakes died?
No, he didn't die.
Oh, God, they were saying that he died. I was listening to the show where Greg wouldn't like Jesus, man. Just say, he eat with sinners, right? And drunkards and prostitutes. You're not.
But isn't that what you're supposed to do? And
I hear some people say, he went in by the anti-man.
But
why did he go by them? How you going to win sinners if you don't talk to them?
Exactly.
They wouldn't like Jesus either. I know they wouldn't like God. God, they say he died for sinners.
Mm-hmm.
See so? Sometime exuberance, And the trouble is, people who judge a lot, guilty of a lot, They try to distract from themselves because the truth is, if everybody is sinners and only you are righteous, then something is wrong with you,
Mm-hmm.
Something is wrong with you. Jesus did not separate himself.
But the Bible doesn't say you shouldn't judge. It says because
of course not judge. How you going to know it's from wrong if you don't judge?
Exactly. So
Because there are standards.
Exactly.
Because he judge. Well, he tell the Pharisee that judging, you know, your mouth looks about, your heart dark, also clean up. You judge. You judge with facts.
Exactly.
You don't judge with what you think or what you imagine or because you don't like somebody.
Because it's like saying,
I am concerned about Greg. Nobody at all in this whole country. Nobody. And everybody. Well, therefore, he's supposed to go into one of them and teach them. He said, teach. Unless, because there are some, even start his own church and teach. Because he said, go into all the world and teach them.
Do we really?
All I command you.
But
when you find people, because there are some churches who really a bit off.
But
if you can't get to change the thing, then you start something and demonstrate.
Do we
say,
really?
Shall all men know?
But do we really
You're
need?
my disciple.
Do we really need any more churches?
You can hear me?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying.
All this morning, I couldn't pick it all up and tune in.
I don't know. That's what some people are saying, but it's as far as I know, it's fine. If there was a problem this morning, I don't think
It wasn't under. I tired wait
Really?
and listen to hear what was going on, and I couldn't hear anything.
Okay.
Now, I'm on still, right?
Yes.
I sound like Eli.
No, you're
like
wrong.
truth. Last evening, I was listening to Austin Edinburgh's show, Conversation, I think he called it. And I am tired of people trying to make excuses for Dr. Joe. All I had to admit is that he did not carry out his duty. Whether you know or you did not know, the mere idea that there were questions about the man's activity or his closeness to Timothy, that would have caused anybody to try and find out what exactly went on. To say that you assume that because he got in on the unity, that he had gone to the test, is a very poor excuse. And then to turn around and give the same one who they call in the defrauder more shares. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
He had every right to investigate the man. So they come with a lame excuse. Dr. Joe, he could confess. I mean, I like him. But you got some advisors who pumping out the story that don't make sense. When we don't like to confess, you know. When we make mistakes, say, look, I made a mistake. Anybody could make a mistake. But don't come and say, well, I assume because. And then when the trouble starts, I said last night, a lot of them were there helping to pull the net. You ever see them pull seine? Maybe too young, but when I was younger, they used to pull seine net when they go and catch gas and bottle hoe and things like that. They would have a very large net which they would keep out, and then when it is full, they, along with people on the shore, will pull it in. So they put a net to catch Timothy, and have now found themselves inside the same net. I said again, when people dig in hole for one, dig for two. I am not acquitting Timothy. I don't know what he did. If he did what they say he did, is wrong. But if you know that you participated in it, apologize to the country. So all the managers. So how come you left from? What they say, one smart, two smart, get out smart? How that one go? One smart, two smart, outsmart, one smart. I mean, he owes the country an apology. I'm making up all kind of thing. I spoke about the lady going to the UN. I said, if all of this hullabaloo you all have, why take the lady to the UN? She's a Chinese, We have no diplomatic relation with China. We have with Taiwan. Have you ever thought of carrying a Taiwanese? No. And he was there. So his good speaker said, he cannot decide who go. I mean, you can't decide. The Prime Minister could decide who form part of the delegation. He could. So it's time to start making an excuse and ask the Prime Minister to apologize. And I'm encouraging people to prepare the country. Because when things start to fall out and fall apart, when people are competent in a crime, it's hard to beat them. If you're gambling and somebody accustomed to cheat and gamble, and you're first time, man, they eat you raw. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even domino, I used to play domino with my husband and my church people. And I learned to read the board. When I did not know, man, people should have locked me out. But when you could read the board, any card they put down they have in the hand, still you could tell. So they let the man who smart them. And now, the man is, then we are fools. If you let a fool fool you, we are greater fool. So I am asking all of prepare the country, yeah? Because what we have now is dry. People seeing who could crown who, people seeing who could lock out who, and nobody acknowledging the truth. That's what I have to say for now.
Okay. Are you there still, Miss Henry? Yeah, I was saying that, I find myself trying to stay away from that stuff because it's like Miss Henry just said, nobody's interested in the truth. All they hear is criticism, a human irritant, They don't deal with the substantive matter that the criticism addresses. It's all about the criticism. How dare you criticize? How dare you criticize me, criticize us? Well, I would say to them, how dare you not take a look at yourself and the substantive subject of the criticism. You know what I mean? Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, hello?
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, good day, man. How you? Jumpster, man. How you doing, man?
I'm okay. What's up?
Okay, I heard, first of all, I got a request for a song. Is there a song by Grandmasters at all for this year that say open your door and invite me in or something like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can get that on sometime, man? You don't have to be today, but, I'll keep listening until when you get to it.
Okay. Maybe tomorrow we'll play it for you.
Okay, no problem, man. Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, this MSR saga thing, I'm following this stuff very, very closely. To the second, bro. You see, all of what Ms. Henry had just said, I want to tell you straight up. I totally agree with her. And what we got to realize, right? These politicians in the islands, bro, concerning this issue, they slide whining around this stuff and they're pointing the fingers. Imagine, right, when the last government was in, we continually heard about scandals. And then now, the people moved that government. And then the government that come in now, that's here presently, is consumed by this MSR saga stuff. This is the biggest scandal that I've ever heard about happening in the Federation of Sinkers, in the history of those two islands. And we as voters and we as electorates, we got to pay attention to what's going on in our own country. Some people don't want to talk about this stuff. Some people want to act like they're neutral, especially those persons who are getting their hands greased. And the party politics in Sinkers and Nevis is what's mashing up the place. This MSR saga stuff, in my opinion, bro, the people need to hit the streets because the politicians of the day, they're pointing the fingers and blaming each other, but really and truly, they are the ones that got the country in this position. You know what I mean? Let me ask you a question, Jamster. Extortion, is that against the law in Cinques and Nevis?
I don't know for a fact. No, I don't know. I can't answer because I really would be.
Okay. We need a legal point person.
Let me ask. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm asking my lawyer friend as we speak.
Yeah, we need to get a legal person, maybe like Chesney Hamilton. Trust me, you need to get this legal person in the studio and explain this word extortion to us and let us know if extortion is against the law in this Federation of Cinques and Nevis. Because when you listen to Dr. Jubro, I don't really have nothing against the man. But when you listen to this man carefully, his own words that be coming out his own mouth be wrapping him up. The man said on his round table last week that Philippe Martinez came into his office, I think he said. I stand corrected. But he said Philippe Martinez tried to shake him down for money. And we are talking about like $400 million or thereabout. Whatever, I might not be perfect on his quote, what he said, but if you replay that tape at the round table last week, Thursday, I think that was, you will hear exactly what Dr. Jew said. The man said Philippe Martinez tried to shake him down for money. Everybody knows, a little kindergartner knows that's extortion. So Dr. Jew being the Prime Minister of Cinques and Nevis, and he came in with this big talk about good governance and transparency and all this good stuff, right? And Philippe Martinez was in front of him. And I was listening to Edinburgh last night. Edinburgh had played a clip last night, right? And it appeared like Philippe Martinez maybe have some gangster people in the background supporting him, and he's making threats. You remember the other day when the AG talked some stuff about trying to come after people in the diaspora, and when he was defending Marshall in the parliament, and he got that backlash on him? Where is he at right now? Where is the AG at right now? If Philippe Martinez was shaking down the Prime Minister and our government and our country for money like that, they should have arrested this man. And I want the whole people of Cinques and Nevis to hear my voice this morning. They should have arrested him. You know, the big thing that's happening right now in this world in America is terroristic threats. Man, you can't even call somebody and tell them I'm coming over to your house and I'm going to mess you up when I get over there. You're going to be charged for a terroristic threat in America especially. Right? When you threaten somebody, they're going to charge you for a terroristic threat. I heard on top of a clip last night with Edinburgh, he had Martinez on there, and it appeared like Martinez is threatening people. Along with that, and the fact that you said that he tried to shake him down, the government of Cinques and Nevis, the legal department, they should be trying to arrest this man. And the AG needs to come forward and talk about this situation. The leaders them seems like they're incompetent. They are not capable of solving this MSR situation. It's hanging over the country for the whole of this year, and the next year about to start up. And we undoubtedly going to go into the new year with this saga. And if these leaders can't solve this issue and get Cinques and Nevis from underneath this dark cloud, we probably need to go in the street and call for some fresh elections and replace these leaders what we have currently and replace them with people who's competent enough to at least take the country from underneath this dark cloud and move the country forward so the country could progress. Additionally, before I get off, one of the things that Martinez said on his podcast last week is that he said Dr. Douglas is now off the list. And the country needs to know how did that happen, and the country needs to know the information behind that.
Off what list?
The list of the defendants. He dropped Douglas from the case. So that to me is some undermined stuff that's happening inside of Jude's cabinet right now. Dr. Jude don't have a handle on this situation at all. I understood that he was supposed to have a cabinet meeting last week, and that same day or the next day, after Philippe Martinez spoke on that podcast, you had to cancel that cabinet meeting for whatever reason. And he needs to come forward and let the public know what's going on. The man needs to have some more backbone. He's not a strong leader. I won't be having all that stuff happening in my cabinet. Some of these cabinet members and some of these advisors who are just like they don't care and they're just hangers on, but I'll be trimming the fat. I'll be trimming the fat and sending them home. Drew had a great chance to move away from the status quo when he came in, brand new, and instead he did that. He rolled back himself into having all of these toxic people around him. Sinkis and Nevis cannot get forward with this type of toxicity. And I really wish Sinkis and Nevis the best, bro. But like you know, I'm one of the first persons, I'm one of the champions of this corruption. And the corruption is not going anywhere. These leaders, they are corrupted and they don't have no integrity. But that's my piece, man. And I really wish Sinkis and Nevis the best going forward, especially on the new year coming up. But me, myself, man, I'm just have to probably start falling back because the country, nothing is changing here, man.
Okay,
the country's stagnated right now.
I think it was you who made a point last week that if it was a local, was it you who said if it was a local?
It might have been somebody. It might have been on that Lavi show.
Someone said that if it was someone else had made those kind of extortion leaning words.
Yes,
if it was a local person, they would have been arrested.
Yes, I got you. I got you. So our AG, when he tried to muffle us with our freedom of speech and freedom of expression, here he have a big man like Philip Martinez, and they got Philip Martinez running circles around them. This is our AG's grand chance to make an example of somebody who
I always say
it seems like is threatening them and try to extort them.
Okay.
And we can't find our age in the situation.
Okay, we have
Thanks
another
a lot,
call.
man.
Yeah, I always say white privilege. Okay, that caller, you can call back. White privilege is a superpower. I mean, imagine this guy is probably just a regular guy where he comes from, Spain or wherever he's from. And this guy comes here and throws his weight around as demanding huge sums of money from whole leaders of whole countries. This is insane to me. And these guys just let it slide. Anyway, caller, go right ahead. Okay, I don't know what's going on there, but let's take a break. You guys don't know how to make phone calls anymore. We'll take your calls on the other side.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
TDC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TDC Financial Services. We are strong. TDC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Tis the season of Christmas. We feeling festive for so. So you get 2 free smartphones when you sign up for a family postpaid plan with Flow. Choose a family essential plan and get 30 gigabytes of data. The family plus plan and get 45 gigabytes of data. Or the family max plan and get a whopping 60 gigabytes of data. With any family plan, you get 2 Samsung smartphones free. Get it all this Christmas at Flow. Sign up in store or online today at discoverflow.co.
From the time that you taste it, man, you know that it's greatness. Some ice in your cup, tell your friends drink up. You know that we liming. Sing down the bartender. No, we don't need chaser, but if you want, it could mix with anything. We drinking Stones ginger wine, the original ginger wine. We drinking a legacy. Stones ginger wine. Greatness is forever.
SL Horton and Company and the Caribou says to mark the date as Thursday, November 28th, you pay nothing at the gate when the legend Skeleton Tent returns to the Meltaway in Buckley site. It was so nice, we're doing it twice. On stage, Lady Diva, Empress Lyrics, The Undertaker, The Ijo, The Invincible, Lady Correct, Westside, Lady Legacy, Lucius, Alamolu, Taz, Reiko, and more. Master of Ceremonies, The Cutter, live and direct at the Meltaway. See you there.
She wake it up from the graveyard.
And we go back to the phone lines. It's 11:50. Caller, go right ahead.
Well, yes, it's me again. Now, remember last week I said I would talk about money matters. Did you have the program today?
We had a repeat. He was supposed to be here, but his flight got delayed. So next week we'll have him in person, in studio. So
no, I have nothing against the financial.
So we had a repeat of last week's show. Yeah.
Oh. So let me say my piece now. I keep listening to a lot of the advertisement. Everybody begging you, come and borrow. Come and borrow, come and borrow. And I hear some of them, oh, you could even pay your troop and paint your house and 10 years for this loan and our people, no matter how you talk to them, they don't listen. We don't evaluate. What guarantee do you have that you'll have that job? You're earning power in 10 years. So you're going to take out the people in your brand car. The interest rate sounds good, 4.7 or something. 10 years, you know. Usually 7 years they give you for a car. You can get a new car, you can get a new to your car. I'm saying to myself, oh, somebody can lend you $100,000 and something. No, your salary will be tied up. All of them, but the note. You got to sign away your salary. What plans? Do you have any plans for next year or the year after? Do you have children that want to go to university? You have to ask yourself questions before you jump in what look like a good idea. Next thing you lose your house. Because there's no mercy, debtor's jail. There's always room in the prison. If there's nowhere to sleep, you sleep on the floor and you sit down outside on the step. And your family have to feed. You ask people. So please, before you go and trouble the people money, no matter how good it sounds, sit down and plan. How am I going to sustain this payment? We are hearing that the CBI funds less than half of what they got last year. Does that mean anything to you? You must say, well, I'm a civil servant. If the cost of living keep going up, and you think that you won't get double or something, you're making a mistake. I'm not saying don't go, But before you put your foot on the people, the bank, or the credit union step, or TDC, finance, whatever, sit down on a paper and do some maths. I say, imagine that you're going to borrow people money to go jump up in a van. Eh? A piece of panty thing and some feathers on your back. In other countries, even in Brazil, I have listened to a thing on YouTube. The poor people are the ones to see the naked and the half naked. They save up the money all year for the next one. Some cannibal troops open saving account where you begin to pay for the costume for the next year. From the time you take off the costume, when are we going to learn? When are we going to learn? So some of you young ladies here, I can't pay me light bill, I can't pay my water. But you're going to run and take up the people money to go shopping. Learn to do it out. I am sure some of you don't need new clothes.
Oh, I should I should tell you about a story. Our co-host told us about a story. He said he went into the bank last week and he was sitting next to a lady, an old elderly lady, and the lady was saying how she lost a cat. Someone found the cat and paid for their carnival costume outright. We didn't get the because he didn't come in today. We didn't get the rest of the story. But I mean, we were like, wow.
Wow.
I mean, we didn't get the rest of the story.
And all of you men out there who's stupid, I call you stupid. They don't pay you no mind from January to November. But they want a carnival costume when they come to you. Prostituting themselves, because it's prostitution. I mean, I say, sometimes when you look in the crowd, you say, $3,000 costume and they can't buy a child book. The government got to give the uniform, the shoes, got to give the lunch, wouldn't pay the electricity bill nor the water bill. I mean, we got to get sensible. So, Miss Henry, you ain't going to buy a new car now. When I retired, and I got my gratuity. I said, for what? I have a good car. Why should I go and buy a new car? To prove what? Some people build a hell of a house that they can't pay for. To go with the house, they go and take out a Jeep. A Jeep, you know, and they live on the flat land. Now tell me, when you want a four-wheel drive to drive on a flat road? And then they go and they have to prostitute themselves. Or the bank gets fed up and sell the house and take the Jeep. I mean, it's time enough we get some sense in this place.
Well,
and
I guess part of it,
what you say now?
I was just saying, part of it is keeping up. No, I'm not, and I'm not justifying it. Keeping up with the Joneses and keeping
up. The Joneses, I'm for joining in water.
Say that?
What's about going to a comedy show? The person said, I live in Birdwalk, you know. I have my new house and my new car. But my fridge full of water. I mean, really, you know, every time I hear this one, everybody begging you come borrow in an economy that is uncertain. You don't have no sense. Anybody come borrow from you, what is the possibility of getting back your money? If they can't answer, darling, try somewhere else. People think, oh, me say when you're hard and you're a Christian. Christians supposed to have common sense. I mean, really, and those people who have these carnival troops, why don't you organize continuous deposit on the costume during the year? I mean, and why this high price for the naked people? I mean, really, nobody considering anybody, you know. I mean, all of you want to fret. Miss Henry is old.
You make a you make
Miss Henry is stupid.
You make a good point because it's interesting how the costumes use progressively less coverage of the body, yet
and it costs 10 times what it costs.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
I mean, it annoys me, you know. It annoys me. Some of you, let's see, hash him out. I will hash him out when you all come by my gate, come back. I mean, it goes to even my children and my grandchildren. I don't make joke. I don't make joke. I expect you to make wise decisions. It isn't everything people got you want. But we don't discipline our children. Oh, mommy, I want this and I want that. Mine just say, oh, mommy, you're cheap. I say, all right, darling. You want shoes cost $250, and I am working in a top job with a pair of lands that I used to buy lands when Rams TDC used to have this store. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Every April they have 50% on the land goods. So I go and buy a bag, maybe 2 pair of shoes, whatever. So I am not going to take up my good hard-earned money. Go buy no expensive shoes for no child. Even if you bring in my day, you got to learn something, and my children, some used to be vexed, but they don't know, so mom is a good thing, I don't this and I don't that. I said, I thank you. So all of you kitchen and divisions who struggle all year, don't know where the next bread coming from. Leave the people loans alone. Leave them alone. If you could afford it, go. If you could afford it, go. If you know where your next job is, if you have some idea as to how the economy is going to pan out with all of the money going, and they demand, they want 40 million or 100 million. So when they don't pay the 100 million, what will be left for you? Now, my last question. For Dr. Douglas to be taken off of the weaker list, what were the conditions? He should have to answer that to the cabinet, or maybe to the police. You don't think so?
I agree.
Yeah, police supposed to, the financial crime thing should investigate him. Why would they take you off when he was aware of the Chinese thing? The one who doing the prisoner, so. Why? He started this thing in 2006. And he left in 2014, 15. So why? Why should he and not the rest? So he met with Dr. Jersey. He has to go find out from his senior minister. What were the terms and conditions in which he was removed? Because if they're trying to shake down, they would have been trying to shake him down too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking for answers. All right,
Okay, news time, yeah. Okay. So we are going to take a stop. We're going to return right after the headline news. Here we go.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Carib Brewery.
Why wait for Santa when there's National? This Christmas, St. Kitts Davis and Gwilla National Bank has just the right loan solution for you. Get up to $100,000 unsecured for all your holiday shopping needs. New furniture or carnival expenses with low interest rates, quick approval, and flexible terms. And that's not all. You can drive into the holidays with National. Whether you're buying a new or pre-owned vehicle, National has a loan for you. Get up to $160,000 with low rates, special discounts, and little to no input. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year with National Bank. Apply online at www.sknanb.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
With the Win FM headline news, I am Yulana Weeks. Jadia Jean-Pierre delivers a candid speech to NRP delegates at the party's national convention. Groovy and Power Soca finalists announced. The details and more straight ahead. The Nevis Reformation Party NRP on Sunday, November 24, held its national convention under the theme Navigating Challenges, Restoring Hope, Preparing for Governance. Now in its 54th year, the Nevis Reformation Party hosted the event at the occasion's Entertainment Center, attended by a large gathering of members and the supporters of the party. Jadia Jean-Pierre, attorney at law, notary royal from St. Lucia, delivered the feature address. She delivered inspiring remarks focusing on the event's theme. Jean-Pierre explained that the theme serves as a guide for the party's decision-making and actions in preparation for the 2027 Nevis Island Assembly elections.
I do not believe that your theme was chosen by accident. Navigating challenges, restoring hope, preparing for governance. I believe this theme should engage you, and it should guide your decisions and your actions, because we are at the midterm mark and we are presently preparing and looking forward to the 2027 elections. In order to be prepared, my brothers and sisters, you must first overcome some of the hurdles and the challenges that you will face and currently face as an opposition. One of the biggest challenges that any opposition party will face is the lack of resources. The NRP is up against millions of dollars. And as you have seen in the past, the CCM will use every single cent, including that of the public purse, to campaign. As an opposition, you will never have enough money to match the government. You don't have money to finance projects. You don't have money to give grants. And you don't have money to buy votes like they would do. That means it would require something special from your candidates. It would require something special from your leader. It would require something special from your party and every single person who wears that green, who raises that flag and represents the NRP.
Jean-Pierre highlighted financial and other associated challenges, but encouraged candidates to form a connection with the people, one where, despite the lack of adequate funding, the electorate can see their efforts to help and provide hope for a better future.
How then, brothers and sisters, do you overcome a challenge where really and truly you do not have the money to give? How then brothers and sisters, do you overcome a challenge where really and truly you do not have the money to give? From my experience, and I'm sure it's probably the same in Nevis, you will hear candidates say, I don't go around because the people will ask me for money. The people will ask me for help. And if I do not have the money, what do you expect me to do? Well, my brother and my dear sister, if you are interested in politics and you are interested in being a representative of the people, then money should not be a barrier between you and your constituents. You have a duty and a responsibility to connect with your people. And our former premier is here. He will tell you, in my days, we didn't have money to give. We had to walk the streets. We had to meet everybody. We had to knock on all the doors, and we had to form relationships with our people. And so you go into the constituency, you introduce yourself to the people, give them an opportunity to see your heart and to know who you are. If they make the request, because the request will come, you can still make calls on their behalf. You can host events to raise funds on their behalf. You can reach out to your supporters who are in the diaspora and request the assistance on their behalf. Where the challenge is too great, you have a responsibility to be honest with them. Let them know what your efforts are, and if they have failed, give them the hope and the promise that they will be the priority when you form the next government.
In her keynote address, Jean-Pierre candidly declared that absence and silence are not answers to the financial challenges that the NRP faces as an opposition.
I ask, in fact, I beg that you be visible. Visit the sick and the shut-in your communities. It does not cost a thing. Attend the funeral services of those who have passed. It does not cost a thing. Visit the homes of those who mourn in your community. It does not cost a thing. Visit the schools and speak to the teachers and ask them, who are the students who are struggling in the school? Who are the families who are struggling in the communities? It does not cost a thing. Issue statements, host press conferences, sound the alarm about the issues that affect the poor and vulnerable in your constituency. Let the people see you. Go to the people where they are. It really does not cost a thing to communicate with your constituents and to have a presence in your constituency. You can only overcome the financial struggles, challenges, and barriers if you build strong relationships with your community.
The keynote speaker reminded the NRP of its purpose and encouraged the executive and other members and supporters not to give up or lose sight of the goal.
It is your responsibility as the People's Party to champion the cause of the poor people of this island. People now must pay more for water, for groceries, for fuel. Electricity has increased, and taxes are increasing, all because of CCM's poor financial decisions. Nevis is a beautiful island, and so it must be an island where all Nevisians benefit. This has to be the country for all, not the country for CCM and their friends and their family. And so as a party, you must prepare to be the champion of these people in opposition as well as in governance. You are their only hope. The poor people of this country can only hope that the NRP will get into office in the next elections so that there are opportunities that will assist them. And so I challenge our political leader to put in place the plans that are necessary and share these plans with the people of Nevis in a timely manner, because the people must know what they are voting for.
The Nevis Reformation Party has been in opposition since its election loss in 2013 and looks ahead for victory at the polls in the next elections, constitutionally due in 2027. Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, the daughter of the island's first premier and a national hero, Sir Simeon Daniel, is the party's president. 16 groovy soca artists took the stage at Champions Bar Port Zante on Saturday night, November 23, solidifying the return of the groovy soca segment after a halt last year. The artists delivered an exciting display of performances, but only 8 advanced to the finals. The Digicel Groovy Soca Monarch finalists are Jasbo and Tobap, Bottle of Rum, Ras Kelly, Indie Mass, Katie Dan, Cats and Dogs, Deli Ranks, Celebration, Lock Boss, Party, Shanna, Part of Me, Daddy Tusek, Rhythm Section, and Mr. Hype, Boopsin Again. The alternate is Jervin V, Love the Carnival. On the previous night, November 22, 16 power soca artists took to the stage and treated the audience to an electrifying high-energy delivery of songs that will feature for Sugar Mass 53. The top soca artists advancing to the Digicel Power Soca Monarch finals are Akayu Sweet and Tubap, Wicked, Rictic, On the Block, Jasbo, Pure Sweetness, Jervin V and 5-Star Pino, Soca Zombie, Lock Boss, Exercise, Climate and Tazigi, Not Going Home, Kitty Dan, Kittishan Style, and alternate Brandon and Charnel, Love and Light. The reigning soca king, Ras Kelly, also returns in 2024 in the hope of defending his title on show night, Saturday, December 14, 2024. Mr. Asquith Watson, chairperson for the Soca Subcommittee, revealed the prize money for the Groovy and Power Soca Monarch. $20,000 will be awarded to the winners of the Power and Groovy Soca competitions, while $10,000 and $8,000 will be awarded to persons in the first runner-up and the second runner-up positions. The Soca chair at a Sugar Mass press conference on November 6 said the Soca finals would be a night of great music, vocals, and invigorating performances, and invited individuals to patronize the event.
Regionally, the battle lines are drawn as the countdown continues to the much-anticipated convention of the new National Party on December 15th. 2 years later than expected, the highlight of the convention will be who emerges as the leader of the 40-year-old political party and who will challenge the current Prime Minister in general elections. 2 contenders have emerged thus far, confirming their intention to contest the party's leadership. Peter David, a former government minister and member of the National Democratic Congress Party, who is now aligned with the NNP, and Emmeline Pear, a long-standing member of the NNP and former government minister. Eyes are wide open on Peter David, a lawyer by profession who jumped ship after being expelled from the NDC. But the verbal slap delivered by Dr. Keith Mitchell Thursday night during a zonal meeting at the St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary School seems to many like a stand-back warning for the adopted party child.
Some of them that we give a little time and we forgiveness and say, come on here and NP and make a help build the country. They want to take over. The same people that were prepared to destroy this country are going to talk. As long as I have the breath of life in me, the NMP will remain in the stable hands of people that we can trust.
Dr. Mitchell said most long-standing party members may not have to run for office, but will be there protecting the team. The plot thickened like a twisted novel crossing to the death of Josiah John T. Robinson, whose body was found floating in the sea at BBC Beach, Monroe, St. George. 28-year-old Javid Raymond was charged with intentionally and unlawfully causing the death of John T. on June 17, 2023, but was subsequently granted bail. Dr. Mitchell is calling on the government to investigate. The NNP leader also directed his attention to a recent statement made by Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell surrounding issues of alleged corruption, and his retort dropped some jaws.
And they are even discussing what must happen to me, myself and Emmeline Pear and others. I know that for a fact. But let me tell them this. All of us have to die. All of us have to die. And cowards die many times before their death. We know that, sisters and brothers.
It's as the election bell has rung and the political leader is in full campaign mode, promising to unleash much more in the weeks ahead. Dr. Mitchell encouraged party supporters to turn out in droves on Sunday, December 1st, for the party's rally at Boucherville. Prime Minister of Jamaica Andrew Holness and St. Lucia's opposition leader Alan Chasney are expecting NNP supporters in celebrating the party's 40th anniversary.
One of the biggest rally you want to see. I know some people go shake in their boots.
But now the clock ticks in anticipation of the NNP rally and subsequent convention. Will the party for the first time be led by a female, or will there be a major upset? Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Premiums are increasing as the island records a surge in road fatalities and related incidents. Globally, road traffic accidents account for 1.19 million deaths annually. Here in St. Lucia, as of Thursday, November 21st, 2024, some 22 lives were lost to road crashes and injured. Permanent Secretary in the Infrastructure and Transport Ministry, Lenita Joseph, noted the toll on the economy.
St. Lucia is not immune to the impacts of road crashes, the emotional, physical, and economic devastation caused by every single incident. We are all affected, whether directly as family members, first responders, or other road users caught in the inevitable congestion. The economic cost associated with high risk is manifesting in increased premiums for motor vehicle insurance. To date, our island has recorded 22 road fatalities and many more serious crashes resulting in traumatic injuries to road users.
Joseph disclosed that some 300 vehicles are imported into the island monthly, which increases the level of exposure for crashes.
According to the World Report on Road Traffic Injury Prevention, travel by road puts people at the greatest risk of injury per kilometer traveled. St. Lucia has approximately 641 kilometers of motorable road. As such, we are all at risk of becoming victims of road traffic crashes. This risk is a function of the level of exposure, which is the amount of movement by different users in a given population density. Given the level of exposure, the probability of a crash increases, consequently also increasing the probability of injury and the outcome of the injury. With an average of 300 vehicles landed monthly in St. Lucia, the level of exposure and probability of crashes will continue to rise, resulting in an increase in the number and severity of injuries.
Collision statistics indicate that passengers and pedestrians are at the highest risk due to the increasing number of passenger vehicle incidents. The Infrastructure Ministry and the Transport Department plan to crack down on traffic offenders by heightening law enforcement intervention.
Speeding continues to be a major factor, coupled with improper use of the roads, resulting in preventable road deaths and injuries. our emergency and health services are constantly under pressure to respond to and provide post-trauma care. This year, we advocate for heightened law enforcement interventions, which will send a very strong and clear message of intolerance for continued disregard for road traffic rules. This does not absolve the individual road user from personal responsibility to exercise caution at all times, whether as a driver, pedestrian, or even a passenger in a vehicle. The department has commenced formulation of a road safety policy, which is expected to provide targeted responses to the noted deficiencies.
Last weekend, the Infrastructure and Transport Department joined the international community in observing Remembrance Day for road traffic victims to provide a platform for families and individuals, honor the lives lost and injured in vehicular incidents, and to advocate for more actions to prevent road deaths. The department continues to emphasize the importance of a holistic approach to road safety through the enhancement and enforcement of traffic laws, promotion of responsible driver and pedestrian behavior, continuous improvement of road design and vehicle maintenance, and emergency and post-trauma care. Road accidents in St. Lucia have shown a steady increase over the past few years. According to official data, the number of motor vehicle incidents has risen from 1,122 in 2021 to 1,302 in 2022 and 1,449 in 2023. As of October 2024, the total number of incidents stands at 1,253. The alarming trend has prompted concerns about road safety in the country, with authorities urging drivers to prioritize caution and adhere to traffic regulations.
As the festive season approaches, we take this opportunity to encourage all road users to be careful, be safe, be responsible.
Gina Filippi, HDS News Force.
Internationally,
defence ministers from the UK and key EU countries are meeting in Berlin days after Vladimir Putin said Russia had the right to target the military facilities of countries supplying weapons to Ukraine. Poland has always insisted Ukraine has every right to use Western-sent missiles against Russia in self-defence. But the country hosts several US military facilities, including one that Russian officials have identified as a possible target if the war escalates. Our Eastern Europe correspondent Sarah Rainsford reports from Warsaw.
When Vladimir Putin threatens to escalate his war, it's people in places like Redzikowa that might worry. Because just beyond the wire in this tiny Polish town is an American military base, one that Russia has openly called a potential target. The site was opened officially this month, part of a US missile defense shield to protect the skies over Europe. Then, when Russia fired a hypersonic weapon at Ukraine, Vladimir Putin warned those who arm Kyiv with missiles they could be next. So some here are nervous. It's all Regina's family talk about. She says they feel the threat from Russia is growing. Joachim, though, says Vladimir Putin would never take on the US, because then he and Russia would be wiped off the earth.
So you feel the history here in Poland quite acutely?
Correct. Poland has suffered a lot from the Soviet times and from Russian imperialism. And Putin is our neighbor.
Back in the capital, this MP tells me her country understands the threat from Russia better than others further west. And she believes standing up.
What he's currently saying, is not credible. I think that if we were to appease him in any way, shape or form, that would only strengthen the Russian aggression. It's either Ukraine that we support or we have Russia behind our eastern borders.
But Poland believes Moscow is already attacking here. when fire tore through this giant mall in Warsaw. The Prime Minister said Russia was likely to blame. Linked to this and other incidents meant to destabilise as well as destroy.
It's strange to think that this fire could be anything to do with Russia, but that's what the authorities were investigating. And not just here, but acts of arson and sabotage right across Poland that could be part of a hybrid war.
When I ask people here about the risk of rocket strikes,
Nie tylko on ma rakiety.
this lady laughs that Putin isn't the only one who has missiles. But Russia's murkier hybrid attacks on Poland have already escalated. Sarah Rainsford, BBC News.
For its failure to disclose certain arrangements with Qatari entities in 2008. Britain's financial regulator, the FCA, announced the penalty on Monday. It dates back to the height of the financial crisis, when Barclays scrambled to raise funds from overseas investors, including Qatar, in order to avoid a state bailout. The FCA said in 2022 that the British bank paid undisclosed fees to Qatari funds involved in its rescue. It said Barclays' conduct in the capital raising was and lacked integrity. The FCA at the time fined Barclays nearly $63 million, which the bank appealed. In a statement on Monday, Barclays said it accepted the FCA's findings, but had withdrawn its appeal. It added that the bank's shareholders and other stakeholders were best served by the withdrawal, and that there would be no material financial impact from the fine.
That was the Win FM Headline News. The Headline News is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, The Grange, National Bank, and Carib Brewery.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoy the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, speed of life. Right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now. Now, loans. Cash at the speed of life. So fast you won't believe it. Now, loans. Cash at the speed of life. Right now, right now. Approved in a day. Yeah, yeah. Some money on the way. Yeah, yeah. Approved in a day. Oh, yeah, you know it's coming.
When life throws surprises your way, Now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip. With Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming. Now, loans, cash at the speed of life. So fast you won't believe it. Now, loans, cash at the speed of life. Right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
St. Kitts and Nevis listens to
Win FM 98.9.
Win FM 98.9.
SL Horton and Company at the Caribou says to mark the date as Thursday, November 28th, you pay nothing at the gate when the legend Calypso 10 returns to the Meltaway in Buckley site. It was so nice, we're doing it twice. On stage, Lady Diva, Empress Lyrics, The Undertaker, The Idol, The Invincible, Lady Correct, Westside, Lady Legacy, Lucius, Alamolu, Taz, Reiko, and more. Master of Ceremonies, The Cutter, live and direct at the Meltaway. See you there.
To wake it up from the graveyard.
Found the sound 99.9. Win FM.
It's 12:36. Welcome to the second half of Voices. It's brought to you by Hosfords, and we're going to go get a word from Hosfords and come right back. We have calls coming in already, but callers, you're going to have to wait until after we hear from our sponsor, Hosfords.
Fat days are just around the corner this December, but why wait? Come now to Hosfords. Get pre-approved credit today for the biggest fat days on December 13th and 21st. That's right. Visit Hosfords Building and Nevis Centers, Furniture and Appliances, Ashley Furniture Home Store, and even Hosfords Auto Sales to get pre-approved credit for all your VAT day dreams. Want a brand new living room set? Need a brand new stove? Or maybe you're eyeing a shiny new car. Get in now to lock in pre-approved on our lowest interest rates ever on brand new vehicles. Just make your way to any Hosfords location, create your VAT day wish list, and we'll handle the credit check. Then come back in December and get everything you picked out with your pre-approved credit. Hosfords is here to make VAT days easy and exciting. Pre-approved credit now for VAT days in December. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Hosfords today for all the details.
So we head back to the phone lines. First call of the second half. Caller, go right ahead.
Hi, James. Good afternoon.
Hey, what's up?
I'm good. I want to test the quality of my calling. The last conversation we had, I had it on speakerphone, and when I went back and we listened to the YouTube quality, it was in and out. The voice was in and out. The quality. I'm not on speakerphone at the moment. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, because I want the whole world to hear this, as always. The last conversation you and I had, I alluded on a few local items of interest, community-wise and otherwise. Like at the agro strip, where they call the agro strip, there is an asserted attempt to drain the water. There's a settlement, like a little stream, normally settled when it rains heavy. But for the life of me, I don't see why the relevant authority would want to drain the water into the sea, as opposed to draining the water over into the aquifer. That embankment over on the north side. You recall the dispute about building the school on the aquifer and all of that? That whole general area, that whole squat of land there, residential and non-residential area, is a part of the entire aquifer. So I would have thought that the engineers that be would want to come up with an engineering skill and drain the water over there so that the water could eventually percolate back into the soil. I would admit that sometimes it would be a little bit savvy and it would be challenging where we get real heavy downpour and the earth is saturated, where it would take a longer time for the water to percolate. But nonetheless, it will eventually percolate, and it can only be down to assist with our water scarcity. As small a volume as it might be, any extra drop in the bucket for our own consumption on the land would be welcoming. So I want the relevant authority to cease and desist, and those who normally come out of the office and don't have any appreciation for the outside environment, for nature, have a consultation, consult someone who loves nature, observe nature, and would give some advice so that the bottom line, we can all benefit from any extra point of water that we can save on the land for water usage amounts of. That said, Jamster, I want to turn my attention to the spat, the back and forth with the MSR, Mr. Martinez, and our beloved Prime Minister. And I want to say, even though I did not vote for the party, the Prime Minister's party, I think it's Nevis Labour Party, nonetheless, Prime Minister Terence Stewart is our Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister. And for the Prime Minister to be our Prime Minister, I have much respect for that office. So even though I may not have voted for the upkeeps of these lands, and me as a humble citizen of these fair lands, I don't like what is going on, and the Prime Minister's circle. It looks like they have abandoned ship on him, and the only thing that might be the Prime Minister's saving grace, if he have immunity as a Prime Minister. All of the cabinet members or all of the ministers may not have that privilege of immunity. Immunity from prosecution, immunity from other things. Some people might have. And let's hope that the Prime Minister have that. Because from Dwyer Astafan to the Premier Mayor Brantley, even to the Attorney General, Gat Wilkins, it seems as if prior, a few weeks or months ago, it seems on the surface that everything was fine and dandy. But it seems as if now they have jumped ship and the Prime Minister stands alone. That redounds to treason. It's very treasonous to see we have an administration and everything seems like everything was good. All the projects, let's talk about the geothermal project or it's going to be funded by the federal government, and the Premier was on board with it and all of that. Why is it the Premier didn't say a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, that after the Prime Minister disclosed the figures from the CBI monies up until probably 2022, why is it then the Premier of Nevis did not say to the Prime Minister, did not disclose it in the public affairs? Tell the people about the receipt of, like, say, 2023, because we're in 2024. Why was the silence till now? That it seems like everybody abandoned the Prime Minister. I am not saying what the disclosure of the 2023 receipt signing on to should not be disclosed. But it seems like everybody is lining up with this foreign man against the dear Prime Minister of this country. These guys are spineless. All of them, they are spineless people. But such is the politics in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so I just wanted to be on the record that it seems like the Prime Minister, for the Prime Minister to disclose that somebody came into his office, the Prime Minister's words, I am only reiterating, because it's in the public domain. Somebody or some persons came into the Prime Minister's office and want some sort of settlement for $40 to $100 million of the government purse, our money, our tax-paying money, to be given to who? I don't know. Something is in the pestle more than the mortar. And so the Prime Minister is on extreme pressure to really compromise or to allow the case to go through and let the chips fall as they may. And according to Mr. Martinez, it seems like some people is checking in, leaving here, going to the U.S., maybe Washington, D.C., and they are fessing up. They are fessing up because the figures are lopsided. It seems like St. Kitts and Nevis, the Treasury only have gotten $3 billion out of $20 billion. So where is the next $17 billion? Dispersed amongst the tricksters and the crooked people in these lands? So they're running to the U.S. now, hoping that their name don't come up in the files. What is good for one is good for all. If St. Kitts and Nevis fall, it's going to fall on all of us, Jamster. And I am not so much of a political savvy, occultist, to don't have any feelings for the Prime Minister and his office or her office. I must pay homage and have respect for that office, because it's the office that governs all of us, irrespective of I don't vote for that party or not. But they are falling in line. They are jumping ship. They are falling in line now against the Prime Minister. That's all I have for now. I'll continue to listen.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
All right, cool. 12:48. So this is a good time to hear from our sponsors. Hosford, sponsor of the second half of Voices.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
St. Kitts and Nevis, are you ready for the biggest auto sales event of the year? It's the Hotspurs Automotive No Time Like Now sales event, and we're pulling out all the stops. Buy now and drive away with up to $17,000 off selected models. That's right, $17,000 off. Finance with us and enjoy zero down payment, the lowest interest rates ever, a free bill of sale, and reduced interest rate.
But wait, there's more. All customers get your choice of free gas or free groceries, plus free registration, accessories, tinting, licensing, and free servicing for 1 year.
Mark your calendars for that days, December 13th and 21st. Don't miss your chance to grab these incredible deals and make this holiday season one to remember. Hotspurs Automotive, your road to savings starts here.
Hurry to Hotspurs Automotive, where there's no time like now to get behind the wheel of your dream car.
Terms and conditions apply.
SL Horton and Company at the Caribou says to mark the date as Thursday, November 28th. You pay nothing at the gate when the legends Calypso 10 returns to the Meltaway in Buckley site. It was so nice, we're doing it twice. On stage, Lady Diva, Empress Lyrics, The Undertaker, The Ijo, The Invincible, Lady Correct, Westside, Lady Legacy, Lucius, Alamolu, Taz, Reiko, and more. Master of Ceremonies, The Cutter, live and direct at the Meltaway. See you there.
She wake it up from the graveyard.
Well, it's 12:50. 10 minutes until 1 o'clock. And Voices continues. Don't forget the numbers are 466-0989 and 662-0989. Let me see if... Oh, I was just about to go check on the comments. But we got another call. Caller, go right ahead.
Jamster, good afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Earlier this morning, I think Mr. Henry misunderstood me. I did not say T.D. Jakes is not a Christian because at the party. What I did say is that if he went to the after party, then that might be evidence that he ain't a Christian. I said that it might be. You know, even then I wasn't concrete or absolute about that. Even then. What I did say is that the reason why I say he's not a Christian and why he's false is because he preached a false gospel, which is the prosperity gospel. That is what I said, why I said he's false. But not only that, he denies the Trinity as well. And nobody can be a Christian and at the same time reject the doctrine of the Trinity as found in the Bible. You know, if you reject the doctrine of the Trinity after being exposed to his teaching, and you reject it, you are not a Christian. And a lot of people who around here reject the doctrine of the Trinity, and you cannot be a Christian and at the same time reject the doctrine of the Trinity from the Bible. And T.D. Jakes, Gino Jennings, and a lot of others reject the doctrine of the Trinity, and they are not Christian as a result. Plus the teach a false gospel. Galatians chapter 1 say, if you come with any other gospel, you are accursed of God. Even if an angel come with another gospel that is not found in the Bible, even that angel is accursed of God. And they are coming with gospels that are not found in the Bible. For only one gospel is found in the Bible, that we are saved by faith alone, that we are saved through faith alone, by the grace of God alone, in Jesus Christ alone, according to the scripture alone. That is the gospel of the Bible, and you reject that, you are not saved. Plus, you reject the Trinity, you are also not saved. Now, I would like to go on to the issue that people are speaking about, the CBI and the Martinez issue. Now, as I've been saying, we don't get into too deep in that because I like to go to the root of the problem. You see, nobody addressing the root of the problem, but I have been addressing the root to a lot of these problems. All of the problems I've been addressing the root of. And the root of these problems is that, like I always tell people, we need to do things the Bible way. We do not do things the Bible way. We are continually heading down the road of destruction, peril, disaster, pain, suffering, hard life, all sort of stuff for the economy and for the country and for the federation. And it's going to get worse and worse to our destruction, hard life, peril, etc. And this is the root problem, including that the Sylvia Martinez issue. If they have been doing, as I've been telling them by the grace and Spirit of God, what the Bible says, how they should do things, they wouldn't have been in these problems in the first place. But you see, everybody feel that the brain bigger than God, that the Bible is outdated. And because of that, we are continually running into all kind of problems and confusion that are making things worse and worse for us, for the federation, for the economy, for making life harder on us, and all those sort of stuff. You see, and if it wasn't the Martinez problem, it would have been something else. Because God will make sure we always end up in confusion and problems once we are not doing things according to the Bible. And it's going to get worse. We ain't saying anything else. Once we do not biblically repent as individuals and as a people, as a federation, once we do not biblically repent, it's going to get worse and worse. It's going to be more problem for one problem. And as soon as it looks like we get out another problem, two more going to replace that. And that's how it's going to be once we continue down this road of disobedience to the Bible. I've been saying it for years. And over the years, I've seen us get into all kind of problems, one after the other, and we ain't able to solve any. But we're just getting worse and worse, worse and worse. And the more I tell people about it, the more people get vexed, the more I get views and all kind of stuff. But the Bible, it's coming true. What I'm saying is coming true. But, we think that we could find the problems and solutions outside of the Bible, but it's not possible. So we want to get out of these problems. We don't want to get things worse, and we want to have a turnaround and be enjoying the blessings of the Bible. We have to biblically repent of our disobedience to the Bible, and we have to start obeying the Bible. And not only that, if you die outside of Jesus Christ, you will end up in hell for all eternity. So only the gospel can save us, economically, spiritually, and in every way that we need to be saved. Only the Bible can save us, the gospel of Jesus. Okay, Trevor, thank you.
Okay, great. You gotta admire Gregory's unwavering resolve to tell us about the power of God and so on. Caller, go right ahead. Hi, caller.
Good afternoon, Gregory. Good afternoon, John. Good afternoon to all the persons around.
I hope you're
not.
Abroad. I hope you're not starting a back and forth.
No. I was going to the TD Jakes issue,
Okay.
He always said that his father was a preacher and he became very ill. I think he died when he was in his 30s from high blood pressure.
Who?
TD Jake's father.
Oh, okay.
So when he started to put on a lot of weight, he said, I have to get it off, because that is what killed my father. So he has been trying, sometimes the weight on your body is hereditary too.
Mm-hmm.
So the possibility of him having a stroke. Because he said for years his father was bedridden. Now his father and TJs are Pentecostal. So that statement is not correct. Now, he threw me up. Anyway, this person, let me talk about the aquifer. While Africa has a good point, I kind of disagree. I'll tell you why. The water that surrounds, the very ground above the aquifer, over ponds, you got animals, you have mechanic shop up the road, you have business places who put out pollutants. So I would not suggest running the water back up. You understand?
Yeah.
You know the area, right?
That's where the agro
opposite
strip.
the
Yeah.
pasture.
Yeah.
So any water that comes off the top of the pasture and into the area there, 'cause it has always been that way. It should be run to the sea. I don't even thought about it. The possibility of the water being polluted, unless they want to test it, to see. Other than that, run it in the drain towards the sea. I was even thinking that that we talk about boardwalk. Why not put a kind of a boat thing
Where would the boardwalk go?
over the area where the water is?
Oh.
Part of it would be on top of the pasture, so that the people who come to sell could stick on it.
Okay.
They're parking the vehicles there, again, that's another thing, to sell. Even in the parking process, they're giving out fumes and whatever. So I don't know if you thought about it. But I like his idea. He's really a community man, He, under the former government, he used to force it, overlook the cleaning of the big drain that runs along Pond Road. And he really did a lot of work with the young men. I must commend him for him planting the trees. And I also want to ask our people, become community-minded. That is how things improve. We don't have to wait on the government for everything. Of course, some politicians like to jump in. I remember when people planted, I think it was Lindsey Graham that planted some flamboyant trees and whatever. They go and they cut them down. Planting of fruit trees were done. But I don't know what to say about our people. Anyway, yesterday, I finished now. I listened to the whole of the JLP conference in Jamaica. I had on 94. And it was very interesting. When the Prime Minister came on, he was talking about no taxes, he reduced this, he reduced that. And I said, my God, election is due next September. So, when election is due, they try the whole treasury, right? And they started to tell you, well, we have foreign exchange problems and this and that. And I was just killing myself with laughing, That's what happened to us, to get in. They offer you the whole treasury, and they offer you that they even got borrow to give you. And once they reach in, they realize, because they knew all along, that nothing goes so. It was very interesting. I was listening, I was hoping to hear the NRP convention on the radio. I didn't hear it. Did you all have a chance to tape it or whatever?
Tape what?
Or play it. Make them an offer. People still want to hear.
Hear what?
Hear the NRP convention that was held in Levis yesterday.
Okay.
I heard you all commented about the speaker. She was on 2020 Vision on Saturday.
Okay.
It was very, very good. So if you could get the party to give you a thing of it, and in some of those spare time, you all are playing some music. Let us get it. All parties are supposed to be our concern, regardless of who we vote for. So to the NRP, I want to hear the convention. All right, then.
Okay. Okay, Mr. And it's 103. So it's a good time once again for a break to hear from Hosfords.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA specials from November 14th through the 27th. Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Kool-Aid Jammers, just $13.99. Essential Everyday Barbecue Sauces, $7.99. Quaker Captain Crunch cereal, just $13.79. Essential Everyday Grated Parmesan Cheese, $11.99. Essential Everyday Waffles, just $9.99. Pearl Mill Pancake Mix, $11.99. And now our very low weekly value deals. Essential Everyday Pastas, just $4.99. Essential Everyday Pasta Sauce, just $9.99. Minute Maid Lemonade and Punch, $8.99. Planters Dry Roasted and Cocktail Peanuts, $14.99. VO5 Shampoo and Conditioner, $5.99 each. Suave Deodorant, just $8.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en Value Mart.
SL Horton and Company at the Caribou says to mark the date as Thursday, November 28th, you pay nothing at the gate when the legend Calypso 10 returns to the Meltaway in Buckley site. It was so nice, we're doing it twice. On stage, Lady Diva, Empress Lyrics, The Undertaker, The Ijo, The Invincible, Lady Correct, Westside, Lady Legacy, Lucius, Alamolu, Taz, Rico, and more. Master of Ceremonies, The Cutter, live and direct at the Meltaway. See you there.
She wake it up from the graveyard.
And we are back. Okay. Someone said in reference to Miss Henry's comment about the NRP convention, says that NRP convention was live on YouTube. It was excellent, that person says. Okay. It was excellent. Okay. You know, when it comes to things of political stripe, I usually want to judge for myself, because that could very well be an NRP supporter. Not saying it wasn't excellent, but just saying, you know. Sounds a little gushy to me. It was excellent. I'm sure it was excellent, but just that when it comes to these kinds of things, I want to judge for myself, because a lot of times people are in propaganda mode. So, propaganda mode means that if you possibly support that party and you're relating to someone, how the proceedings turn out, you're gonna, you may exaggerate. Which is not to say it was not good. I'm just playing. Okay, so the numbers are 662-0989, 466-0989. And I didn't even realize that they had a convention on the weekend. Okay. Voices, go right ahead.
I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
I want to build on the agro strip. Continue.
Sure.
Most of the runoff that settles there is just the rainfall that would have fallen the night, the wee hours of the morning prior to the 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, there might be a little downgrade where there's a well just before to the bottom of the TDC group of companies there, Home and Depot. And, there's a track there, former old sugarcane track. Such as pollutants and the like. That's minimal. But the earth is is a strainer. Our grade, the type of grade soil that we have, once the water is percolated, it's become like a natural strainer. Not saying it's going to 100% strain everything, but the volume of the aquifer was able to take care, nature take care of, of its purity. So it's not really a stretch, but for the life of me, the seawater have enough water in it already. Us humans and animals and plants on the land is who we have to try to concern ourselves. If we say we are the most intelligent, I don't agree with that. But it's okay, human development. We have come to such a stage in our civilization. Why can't we come up with engineering plans and, a project to resolve and to conserve on water and to save the water and the land, as opposed to thinking the quickest fix to drain it down to the sea? Come on, we're greater than that. We're more than that. So by saving any drop of water we can for our own human consumption, it should be something that we should go after. And that is why I came up for that. I know, Mrs. Henry, good afternoon. You have a concern, but I don't think that there's no pollutants. We don't have a cement factory in the area. We don't have no polluted factories, so to speak, especially on that side. Over there is like warehouses and, things of that nature. So it's pretty much safe. But the overall aqua strip, it's looking unsightly. And they're not going to listen to me otherwise. So I'm using the medium where I think they might just listen. And at least they don't listen. Other people are listening when they drive there, and they will see the unsightliness. Because apart from the drainage, Jamsa, some guys cut their coconut shells and they leave it there. And if no one is watching, they throw it over the bank, the enclave, like. And those are like mosquito nests. It's having a breeding ground for mosquitoes. A lot of these guys, they don't even live in our community. So we have to settle for the mosquitoes that going to permeate the little communities in this area, while these guys travel 3 and 4 and 5 miles back to their respective communities. So we have to be vigilant. We don't have no one looking over. And human nature is as such that if we don't say certain things to certain people, they're not going to do otherwise. They're not going to do otherwise. You understand? So that is my concern. My concern is a general. The upkeeps of the area so that, people could ply the trade, make their monies. But at the same time, you're leaving and you're going home to your respective community. Leave the place, the place look in a semblance, a nice, healthy environment. So the drainage is one, but the garbage collection and everything else, it needs some sort of sanitary area there also for the people. For the people to think. Deal. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's my concern in general. Huh? Hello?
Do you have any idea what plans they have for the area directly north of the agro strip? They have the big berm there, and then there's this big empty piece of land over on the other side of the berm.
No, I don't have any idea.
Okay.
But temporarily, so much can be done there. I tell you what, Jamster. I said to Minister Hanley in a meeting we had there about, the sanitation workers in the area, like Mrs. Henry alluded to. Yeah, I used to. Still, in my own little way. you know. And I said to him one day, Mr., with all due respect, I am not going to ask permission because I know the pushback I had to plant the trees in 2013. And if it wasn't for my resilience, I would have given, the lightings would have been there, and the trees would not have been. Today, lo and behold, the lightings are there, and the trees are there. Yeah, we enjoy the lighting at night. But I could tell you what, the people who benefit from planting the tree there, the vendors, they make more money to feed their families from the space of the trees, having to, creating an open marketplace. So it's a win-win situation. I said to Mr. Hanley, I'm not going to ask you guys for any permission, I'm just going to go and plant my 1s and 2s, banana trees, avocado trees. I don't want to plant trees that gonna, whenever they're ready, to really destroy some trees that, the big mango trees and the like. But, Jamsa, I enjoy growing up and picking mangoes that I didn't plant the trees. And I can attest today I'm a healthy person from enjoying people's labor. So I had already taken the initiative to plant back in my community as an initiative of giving back to my community. And I tell you what, Johnson, nobody's going to stop me. Mr. Asim Martin, when he was the minister in 2013, 2014, thereabout, he attempted to tell me not to plant the trees, but my mind was already set. I know they're not going to assist me. When the Team Unity administration came in, I could have asked the public works guy with the backhoe, because I used to dig the holes with my top, and it was kind of tough. The tough was tough. So I asked, for some arrangement and come, I put the markers on where I wanted them to dig, and that one day came and scooped them out, because I already had the moringa trees. So, collaborations across administration and so forth, it can happen. But I'm not going to ask this administration because me and them is not too au fait. I have a voice, and no politician is going to stop my voice. And so I'm not going to compromise to nobody. They feel like they're going to do me a favor, and I'm going to compromise. It would not happen. So I'm going to just go and plant the trees, hoping that some youngster, the children going to Tucker Clark, they might pass and pick a fruit or two. That's the way it was for me growing up in Newtown, and that's the way it still should be for the other children and unborn children. So that is my initiative for my community.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
Okay, great. Okay, that's my boy there. Okay, 117. It's once again time to hear from our sponsor, Hosford.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Ready to bring fresh color and style into your home? It's the Color and Style Savings Event at Hosford Building and Nevis Centers. Right now, get 25% off all paints and tiles store-wide. Transform any room with vibrant paints or refresh your floors with stunning tiles. And with 25% off, there's no better time to give your space that beautiful upgrade. So head to Hosford Building and Nevis Centers and make your dream look a reality with 25% off all paints and tiles for a limited time only. Hurry in and paint, tile, and save today at Hosford's. Terms and conditions apply.
SL Company and the Caribbean says to mark the date as Thursday, November 28th, you pay nothing at the gate when the Legends Calypso Tent returns to the Meltaway in Brooklyn site. It was so nice, we're doing it twice. On stage, Lady Diva, Empress Lyrics, The Undertaker, The Ijo, The Invincible, Lady Correct, Westside, Lady Legacy, Lucius, Alamolu, Taz, Reiko, and more. Master of Ceremonies, The Cutter, live and direct at the Meltaway. See you there.
She wake it up from the graveyard.
And we have a comment here that says, as I am listening to Africa, you know what I saw somewhere recently? Someone asked why don't we dump all the Earth's garbage in the sun? I've often thought about that. Yes, I always, but that's probably not. Well, it would be horrendously expensive for one. I don't know how much sense that makes, really. But yeah. We just have to do a better job of disposing of our garbage. We dispose of stuff and it becomes garbage, but now we have to dispose of the garbage itself. Interesting. So the numbers are 4660989, 6620989. If you guys want to call me in the remaining 10 minutes, now would be a good time. So we have Thanksgiving coming up in the US on Thursday. I don't know if you guys know, Thanksgiving started off, we basically celebrate it here. It's called Harvest. In fact, that was the original name. I think the Americans started calling it Thanksgiving. You know, I remember as a kid going to church and, excuse me, the Methodist church, on the Wesley Methodist church, and seeing the window wells chock full of produce, breadfruit, pumpkin, bananas, the whole nine. And then they would have the big sale after. I haven't seen that in a while. It just shows, probably goes to show I don't go to church, right? But yeah, remember that as a kid. Harvest Sunday. And then I started drawing the parallel between that and Thanksgiving in the US. And then I looked up, I remember a few months ago, I looked up Thanksgiving and I realized, yeah, it was actually called Harvest at first. And the Americans are the ones who adapted the term Thanksgiving. Most people don't know, for example, that the Canadians have Thanksgiving in October. But, American pop culture is so all-consuming that most people don't even know that. I knew that because I used to live there. But it's funny, I always assumed, I never even knew they celebrated Thanksgiving until I lived there. But I'm sure there's some people. This morning, me and Kay were talking about pumpkin spice and all that, The pumpkin spice has become a thing in the last few years at Thanksgiving, where you can get pumpkin spice flavored coffee, and that same spice. I remember I bought it a few years ago, and I think I made pumpkin pie. So the recipe actually called for pumpkin spice. So yeah, so you could say it's just another part of the commercialization of Thanksgiving. As they want to do, they commercialize everything. They were talking about, I was seeing the story yesterday about the Christmas tree farms that were going through a hard time due to the damage the damage wreaked on the fields by the hurricanes that they had. So they're saying that the Christmas tree farm owners are going to be losing a lot of money.
Call me back.
Because,
Hello,
hey, what's up?
yeah, Kalonji here.
Mm-hmm.
Look here, you're talking about Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving is when the settlers kill all the native people in America and they sit down and give thanks.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We got to tell the truth, you know, my brethren.
I agree.
You know?
I didn't want to go down that route at this point. But yeah, thanks that you called and mentioned it. Because it's an important.
When they liquidate the native people, they sit down and give thanks for doing that.
The same people taught them how to feed themselves.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's seeping into our culture here.
Here?
Yeah, people here talking with they're into the Thanksgiving thing too.
Really? Doing what?
Yeah, it's not fully, you know, imbued in the culture, but it's seeping in.
Give me an example.
But they ain't really celebrating it, but you hear people mentioning it.
Well, you mention it because you see it on TV. It's not necessarily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how they invade our culture and implant theirs.
Well, the Black Friday thing is definitely because everybody wants to take advantage of those prices. So in a backhanded way, it is part of the culture.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm,
and we don't understand it. The people here don't know that.
Yeah.
And then after the liquidate the native people now, when Black Friday come now, you should go and spend your money.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So what I'm trying to show you is that we got to understand what our people are doing. You know what I mean? We have to understand these things. If we don't understand the root of a thing and then get into it, it becomes part of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's why we got so much confusion too. Because everything that we're dealing with, you know, comes from the imperialist camp. And we don't understand these things. Just like with the MSR man. I do believe the MSR man is here to mash up our country. And we people don't understand that. You see, because what they want us to keep depending on them. The IMF, the World Bank. You know? You ever read the book The Economic Hitman?
I actually have it home.
Okay then.
Yeah, I read it.
That is part. You understand, of the mechanism to keep us dependent on them.
I could not believe.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we didn't do
Mm-hmm.
wrong in the CBI.
Mm-hmm.
You see, but it's a bigger picture, and we got to understand the bigger picture. And it all ties in to the recolonization of us with Eric Prince. You understand? So, you know, I just wanted to say that, my brother.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what Granny said, unity is strength. It's time for us to unite. Give thanks.
Yeah, give thanks.
And
thanks for pointing out. Thanks for pointing out that piece of history about Thanksgiving. Yeah, so I was saying, okay, well, here we have another call. Caller, go right ahead. Voices.
Jonathan? Yes. Another time in this, I'm going to be quick. But I disagree with Kalonji. The pilgrims gave God thanks. It was a thanksgiving to God for bringing them safely, for sparing their lives and that sort of stuff. And at least even on the post-Thanksgiving, you had the Indians and the pilgrims playing games with each other at least on the first Thanksgiving. And I think you had an Indian there by the name of Squanto, who was very helpful to the pilgrims. And How could they have killed off all the Indians when a lot of Indians are still in America today? That make no sense. But the first Thanksgiving, at least the first Thanksgiving, you had like I said, the pilgrims were giving thanks to the God, and not only that, but the Indians came, joined them, and they were playing sports and games with each other. So sorry, I disagree very, very much with what Colonji said. What he said is not true. That they gave thanks for killing off all the Indians. And when the Indians and the pilgrims, at least, like I said, at least on the first Thanksgiving, they were playing sports and games with each other. So so I fully disagree. I fully disagree based upon the historical record. Okay, Johnson.
Okay, cool. Okay, it's 1:29, so
not true.
Looks like we're gonna be. Looks like we're gonna be getting ready to shut it down. And once again, we apologize to our listeners. Some of you who might be having trouble listening to us on the radio. This is a situation that we rapidly we're hoping to have resolved as soon as possible. So it's 1:30. So that's gonna do it for Voices on behalf of Socrates. This is Jamster saying so long. Good afternoon. Voices returns on Wednesdays, and we should let our listeners know that we are also working on having Voices return to 5 days a week. So for those of you who miss having Voices, the full bore Voices 5 days a week, open forum, and of course various specialty topics at times. We're working to get you back there where you can have Voices Monday to Friday here on WinFM. So we just have patience, and we'll have all those things resolved for you. So on behalf of the host, Socrates, this is Jamster saying so long.